Hello, everyone. Welcome to this webinar. Thanks for joining us here today. Given the work from home scenarios, we might experience some technical issues during the session. So just note that the session is being recorded and we will be making the recording available to you after the session. Given the current scenario, we are all trying to make sense of what's happening around us and help each other come out stronger. Who would have thought that we would witness a world of how it looks today? It feels like we're actually living in some futuristic zombie movie. While almost all industries are hugely impacted, we in travel and hospitality sector have taken the hardest hit, I believe. Um, but we have some numbers here which actually shows the extent of the damage. As you can see how the status of the world currently uh, under lockdown. And these are some figures here for you to show the dramatic fall that we have all experienced. So 8 and 10 rooms, as you can see, is currently empty. And of course, the other figures that you see from different sources. So without much ado, I would like to introduce our esteemed panel of speakers today, and we will invite them to share their thoughts and ideas on how we can overcome the current scenario and prepare for a post-COVID world. So here we have today the first speaker will be Mr. Thuan Dao, who's the founder CEO of Badlink and also the MD of RevMax Consultancy. He comes with over 16 years of experience in hospitality with expertise in revenue management, reservations, e-commerce, and sales. He has garnered a lot of attention and appreciation from hotels, professors, and revenue experts for his work on overview of hotel revenue management, which was simplified and put in a chart format for easy understanding. You can find it through his LinkedIn profile. Our second speaker today is Mr. Monish Singh Grewal, who is the sales director at eRevMax. Monish comes with over 15 years of rich experience in sales and operations in the hospitality sector. In his previous roles, he has worked with leading hotel brands, including Accor and Hyatt. Our final speaker today is Mr. Theodoros Katsimpras, who is the SVP, Global Business Development for BookOnlineNow. He comes with over 17 years of experience in the hospitality space, having first-hand knowledge of various profiles within the hospitality sector. In his current role, he is focused on expanding the company's footprint and help hoteliers increase not only direct online revenue, but also brand awareness and visibility. I would now like to invite our first speaker, Mr. Thuan Dao, to take over, please.
Hi, thank you, Neha, for introduction. Let me share the screen from my side. All right. So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar. And it's a great pleasure to be the first speaker of the event today. So my contribution for the webinar today is talking about hotel revenue management. So the topic is about occupancy versus the pricings. All right, so let me start update. So I just have about 10 minutes to share with you. It's just a very time constraint. So I go straight away to update you the hotel market, just very short. And then some key strategy that I'm actually working now with the hoteliers. So let's go through it. Hotel market update so far. If you look at the STR report, we just updated a few days ago from STR. You see the whole Asia Pacific market, the occupancy is just 28% in March. And then our area just $80. And the RevPAR is just almost $23. So on down, see occupancy dropped 60%, RevPAR dropped 66%. So this is actually showing you the whole picture that you can imagine And then every day you hear about, you know, COVID-19 and then what happening in the market and the whole hospitality and travel industry going down. So on the right-hand side, you look at the countries in Southeast Asia is actually on the lockdown status until middle of May, or some is will be end of May. So with this very bad situation, the forecast for Q2 2020 will be worse than the Q1 2020. You see that the Q1, we have at least January and February, the business is still there. But in March, is almost, it actually dropped 100%. It's empty now. Many hoteliers are asking why, so what's the strategy that we are going to prepare after the COVID time. So I take this opportunity to share with you something. So mainly we prioritize on the occupancy driven, of course. Is obviously after the COVID time, is now the hotel is empty, right? So we more focus on occupancy after the COVID time. And key strategy and activity we're doing is we're asking the hotel to prepare the rates for the next year. All right, and then issue the contract for key clients and loading the rate for the online channels. So these are the first thing during the COVID time they should do. Second, we encourage them for the reservation policy. Just focus, give a priority to the free cancellation, because now is an uncertain time. You know that we don't know whether how COVID situation will go. So the travelers is actually very scared at the moment, and the non-refundable will may not, you know, work after the COVID time. In terms of the target market, we encourage, we recommend to the hotel to focus on the domestic market, which is, we believe, it will come back soonest compared to the other markets. And then in the middle term, they can focus and they can look at the short haul markets inbound, and then the Chinese market. So because since I got an update, a survey from a partner in March 2020. So I just want to highlight something with you over here, so you can have some insight about the Chinese market. This is the report. The survey is actually mainly to answer the question is how the Chinese actually intention to travel after the COVID, and where is tourists choose to travel, and then the concerns about the traveling from the Chinese market. All right. So this is from the survey. You will see some highlights here. The top overseas destination that the Chinese looking at is Japan, Thailand is still #1, and #2, European country with #3. So the other following is Maldives, Singapore, New Zealand, Australia, South Korea, Sri Lanka, and Malaysia. All right, for the preferred ways of overseas travel, so Chinese is actually looking at the customized by the travel agency, just 15%. Individual travelers is about 46%, and they will take a group tours is about 40%. So the length of overseas travel mainly is 6 to 8 days. It occupies 44%. And then the preference of the travel product that the Chinese look at now is a vacation tour to tropical islands, is 58%. So this is the travel product that the Chinese really love it. Some factors affecting decision on overseas travel. So work schedule from availability on holidays and travel expenses is the top one that the Chinese, the factor that the Chinese concern. And for the promotion, that affecting to the decision on the travel, the Chinese will be, recommended by relatives and friends will be the first promotion that they are looking at. The second one is from the travel expert or online celebrities. All right, so just some highlights. So after the webinar, if someone actually need a full report, you can contact us. We can share the full report with you. Regarding to the segmentation, we encourage the hotel to look at the FIT business and leisure travelers. This segment will be back like soon in time. Group 2 and MICE will take much more time to recover. For the distribution, online is still the priority. After this time, many offline channels like the travel agency, offline travel agency, tour operator, and DMC, they may have very bad situation, difficulties, and may take more time to recover. So let's focus on online first, and then the direct channel, then the offline will take more time. All right, so because of the time constraint, so I just share that some key information about revenue management and strategy that we are working with the hotel. So hope that you find it helpful. So just a very little introduction about Badlink. So we are the B2B travel marketplace in Southeast Asia. And we focus to bring the inbound guests to Southeast Asian countries. So we have been 2 years in the market now. Next section, I would like to introduce Mr. Monish Singh from eRedMax. So he will give you a presentation topic on the creating new source markets and optimizing the distribution. All right, so thank you very much for your attention. Monish, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Dow, for such an insightful presentation, and I'm sure it will help me and the attendees here today. I'll quickly share my screen. Let me know if you guys can see the screen. Okay. As you all can see in the picture, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We all will bounce back soon with a new objective and safer environment, where no matter how big or small is your hotel, each and everyone will adopt the startup culture. As hotels are getting back to their experience pre-opening stage, what I say, you will be more smarter and agile to manage your future business. But let me tell you, there will be loads of expectation from guests and your local government. For an example, they might look for self-check-in counter, which, as you know, which will minimize the human interaction. Many Japanese hotels have already installed service robots to assist their guests in different departments in different part of area. Protocol of sanitization for each room after guest checks out. External and internal audit by local government is expected. Even free COVID-19 certificate will be directly connected to your star classification. As Mr. Dow already mentioned, that guests will be expecting flexible reservation cancellation policy. As a distribution partner of yours and your future distribution partner too, this is the best time, what I think, that to relook your distribution mix and strategy. There are many expats or foreign nationals who are held or stuck in your country. My strong recommendation will be to offer them extended stay at 20% of your room opening cost to keep the cash flow running. Or you can design a takeaway menu, food delivery, laundry, if they're not staying with you, which can be another revenue generation point. We have spoken to our many hotels and seen our reservation volume from different parts of the world. Mostly people are reserving the rooms for future dates, especially on weekends, which is kind of good news for us. Starting from the month of May until December, keep a close watch on your future bookings. Mostly this reservation which we are seeing is in Hong Kong, Vietnam, Thailand, Germany, South Korea, and Mauritius. As Mr. Dow well said, like the tropical island will see really good movement, and they have already started managing their future distribution through their partners. As we all know, the first segment to overcome will be domestic leisure travelers segment, as various governments are supporting the local hotels and are in talks to run a wellness tourism aligned with leisure travel. Keep a close relationship with your local OTA, what I will be suggesting you today. Local OTA market managers, and support them with flexible rates and cancellation policy for at least 6 months. We all are working towards recovery, right? So we should follow some thumb rules. As you can see, be visible as much as you can. I'm not asking you to invest major marketing budget on digital marketing by hiring a third party right away, but you can use your Facebook, Instagram, and other social media platform integrated with your brand website by your own booking engine to create a recall factor, which can be a really good strategy for now. This is also the best time for you to invest some time on your website content and content on your OTA. Various governments, as you know, are publishing travel advisory on weekly basis. Keep a close look on it. Airlines load factor, which will also play a major role for you to identify new source markets for your hotels. I won't take much time on this, as my other colleague from BookOnlineNow will be giving you his key observation on how to focus on your direct booking strategy with strong loyalty rewards. In this tough situation, as you see, we as Euromax Rate Tiger has extended our hand to all our partners and hoteliers. We look forward to assist you too with all our support which we can provide with our technology. And we urge you to start managing your future dates and maximize your revenue with our award-winning solution and increase your visibility not only to your major OTAs, also to the regional OTA in the market. Our self-explainable and easy to read unlimited shopping data report will be playing a major role for you to review your marketplace, monitor your competition very closely, and identifying your rate movement. This will also help you to build up your own pricing strategy. As I've already mentioned, many guests are already looking to the future and sorting out their arrangement for when their normal life will resume. And your hotel must and ensure that you are at the forefront in competing for this long-term booking. With this, let's take a pledge together that we will travel again. Stay safe, stay calm. Thank you very much for being such a lovely audience today. And now I would like to introduce my colleague and the head of business from BookOnlineNow team, Theo. Over to you.
Thank you, Monish. Thank you, Tuan, for your presentation as well. Thank you, everybody, being here online, and hopefully this situation will finish in order for us to come to a normal way of business and life as well. So I will share my screen. Second. So BookOnlineNow, as said, is a booking engine. We are present in 47 countries right now, and we have in our portfolio over 2,700 hotels. The main clue and the main fact is that there is a concern for travelers and, of course, your visitors and guests. I do have 2 slides here that prove this. So this is a search done in US and visitors were asked if they are concerned in some aspects of life, like traveling internationally or staying at the hotel. You see that half of those that have been asked feel uncertain regarding the future traveling and, of course, staying at the hotel. So the same exactly exists also for flying. So you see that clients are trying regularly and understand which are actually the measures that travel companies, hotels should actually take in order for them to secure their visit in a domestic place or somewhere internationally. Taking this under consideration, you can understand that the COVID situation has changed also your branding strategy. So your hotel needs to evaluate all the things, marketing, sales strategy, and evaluate the position and develop new plans. This way, what does the hotel actually need to think about now to prepare for the recovery? New technologies like channel manager, revenue shopper, new marketing strategy, check the new demand and drive it, evaluate the existing OTAs and try to reach new ones. And this is why we insist of having a channel manager at the hotel, because you need to open as far as you can new markets, new OTAs, so new audience, and of course direct reservations that come from the booking engine, which I will be talking about today. So far, we have a fact which was the reason actually travelers booked via OTAs. So the one was that the website was easy to use, the habit, the trust of brand, and they thought, of course, that the OTA had a better price. I will concentrate on the trust of brand. It's time for all of you who are dealing with tourism and hotels is to create a brand awareness and make actually clients trust the brand. This is done through the website and of course through the direct bookings, which are actually the booking engine. So both of them need to have a seamless website integration and the booking engine should actually be a part of the website. I do have a picture here of twins. This means that actually whatever information you have in the website should be also reflected to the booking engine. In the COVID situation, things that we are proposing hoteliers to do is, first of all, update the website content regarding the actions that should be taken to ensure safety for the coronavirus. So there should be a specific section right now created in the website, and this should be also done for the booking engine. As my prior colleagues also said, it's time to get rid of this period a little bit, the non-refundable advance pursuit rate plans. So the cancellation policy for booking direct should be more flexible. As you see, more than 40% of the people asked this period are more keen to book a risk-free reservation in a hotel than a non-refundable one, even if the non-refundable has a better price. Of course, you see that the usage of mobiles is now increasing. The last 7 years, you see that there is an increase over 222%. So it's a must, your website and of course your booking engine to be mobile savvy. This means, of course, that you've seen that also in the OTAs, maybe in Booking and Expedia, that there are sections you're allowed to make specific rate plans or offers for mobile devices or tablets. So you need to start thinking as a client. You need to start creating rate plans, offers, depending the source the reservation is coming from a mobile, from a tablet, from Facebook, social media generally. So your booking engine should have the opportunity to create such offers in different segments. Also, as we are talking about different offers right now, when the quarantine is over, you can understand that you will have last-minute reservations, and afterwards, you will see, as you are uploading right now prices for 2021, you will see that there will be long stay promotions or promotions that are days ahead, let's say over 1 year from today. So your booking engine and of course your website should provide this information very easy to the client. From the booking engine part, there should be offer links that will drive the client directly to the search criteria the offer is valid for. So if you're running a special package or a promotion, let's say for 2021 May, when somebody is in your website and sees the special offer section, by clicking, he should be redirected directly for May 2021 to the search criteria the offer is valid for. This will not only help your brand.com website, but you will be able to advertise and promote those to specific segments in Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, where you see different approach and different client segments. What we see through the channel manager and through the PMS you maybe have is that you already have some data. You have historic data, but you need also to have the data that what actually clients and guests are searching today, for which period, from which type of device. So you need to start to use this data. You need to start to understand this data. Another thing is, because you see there are many surveys at this point, and you see many companies providing statistics, you need to start checking those and understand actually which are the new trends and what your new clients right now wish to have from your brand.com website. Also, you need to start understanding the countries actually your destination is of need. So if you are in Taiwan, for example, and Russia or China is your core market, then you need to start creating rate plans and packages that are specifically isolated for those countries. So the booking engine should have the opportunity to isolate those through IP maybe, in order to show for specific countries, for specific continents, specific rate plans and specific packages that are for those specifically. Another thing that booking engine and also the website should do is start having the so-called loyalty shield. So you should have special rewards, special rate plans, special discounts for repeated clients or for users that log in into your website or register also in your booking engine. This way you start building a strong lasting relationship, and of course you will have a better opportunity to create a brand awareness. Something that you should also start using are the meta searches, especially Google Hotel Ads right now, because of the COVID-19 crisis, has decreased the CPC cost. So it's a very good chance right now to start operating the meta searches. Of course, your booking engine should be connected with those in order not only in Google Hotel Ads or Trivago to be visible through the OTA pricing, but to have also the booking engine, your direct sales pricing. Something that we've seen that works also with hotels at this point is having in the website or directly in the booking engine some chat box from third-party companies or directly from the social media like Facebook chat box. Operating a chat box at least the time your reception is open or during the office hours of your reservation department gives a special trust to your brand, because clients have the opportunity to ask maybe questions that are not being answered directly from your official website or from your booking engine. Finally, Book Direct, of course, is very essential right now. You need to start understanding that you not only that you need to get rid of the commission that you pay to the OTAs. The OTAs, of course, is a very good advertising, so you're not competing against them. In some cases, it's a good way of market your hotel, but you need to start asking questions if your booking engine and your website, of course, are ready in order to get direct reservations. This was, so whatever you need extra to ask, please don't hesitate to contact me personally or anybody else participating in this webinar. Thank you very much. Neha?
Thank you so much, Theo. Thank you, Tuan, and thank you, Monish. This was lovely. I mean, there was so much of information, so many ideas, and I'm sure our attendees today could actually get some new ideas. And now I think we'll open the floor for questions. So all of you have access to the chat option on your screens. So feel free to post any questions you might have for any of the speakers, or if you have a generic question, so one of the speakers would then take it. And we would be very happy to answer it for you. I'll just give it a couple of minutes in case you guys are typing it. So
Yeah, I think if somebody wishes also to open his microphone and make a question directly, I think because there's, we could also do that.
Yep. So if any of you want us to unmute you, please feel free to just mention on the chat and we'll unmute you. I see a question from Radha here. So it says, this question is not about revenue, but I wanted to know as a guest, can I expect a quarantine room in hotel entrance? You might want to maybe, so many people are coming and going, how can a guest be sure? You might want to unmute Radha, Theo, so that maybe she can put her question more clearly for you guys and one of you can take it.
So actually, the one thing that I've mentioned also in my screen, in my presentation, is that you need actually to have in your website and in your booking engine, if you are talking about direct, a kind of, let's say, new tab in your menu where you actually inform the client which are the actions that you have taken in order to guarantee that they will not have any problem. So having this, actually providing this information will ensure that your hotel is kept up to post with the health and, let's say, government instructions. Is that what you wanted to know?
Yes. Hi. So, yeah, I mean, revenue-wise, this webinar was really great. But, you know, from a guest point of view, because, you know, even myself, I'm thinking of going somewhere, but there's hesitation. You know, hotels, you know, generally we have seen hotels are cleaning, you know, personnel are cleaning rooms, pretty good about it. You know, so cleaning rooms and receptions are not a problem, but just entering. I mean, how can you be sure that, you know, it's sanitized? I mean, there is a brain block right now in all of us, you know, even going out of the house, so to say.
Yes, we never.
I mean, are there any government rules coming up or easy, cost-effective way to ensure, you know, quarantined?
Radha, I can answer the question.
I don't know how to put.
Radha, this uncertainty is present everywhere. I'm located in Europe, for example. Still, the recovery measures are not very clear to everybody. So there should be, first of all, you need to understand that there should be a centralized, let's say, centralized steps given from governments, and not only from one government or one country, but globally. So I can understand that it's difficult from the beginning to know which are the, let's say, the measures that should be taken, but the clear picture is that you need to invest on giving the client the feeling that you follow all the rules that are given from governments. Okay, as soon as you do that, you will see that normality will come back, but it still needs time. It's a very difficult situation and very, let's say, we don't know many things until we live it. So we're just waiting how people will react when actually hotels will be open for sure. Okay.
I agree. I agree. Thank you.
You're welcome. There is another.
Thanks Radha for that question, and thanks Theo for answering it so well. I see another question in here from Crazy, and her question is: once recovery starts, every hotel is starting from zero. Any advice on how to avoid a price war with competing hotels, as everyone will be fighting for the same piece of pie? I think that's a very, very good question. And I see Tuan wants to take that one. So maybe Tuan, and if Monish wants to add something in after that. Tuan, go for it.
Yeah. Okay. I think for this question is actually really related to revenue management. So I think let me handle that. So yes, this is a very good question, and I think this is only you, Bryce. Sorry, the name. We can Pricey. So they actually the price competition, the pricing war will happen. I think much more on the low scale hotel like 3-star and below, or even in the 5-star, in the 4-star. But on the like the structure for the 5-star, they more, you know, more structure and more strategy. They have revenue managers. So I think the price war will be not less in the 5-star segment, but 4 could be more, and then 3-star and down to the others. Hotel segment, they will more competition on the pricing. So I think this is something that you are not able to avoid actually, because this is something naturally is a competition naturally in the market. What we can do as a revenue manager, we can do something that distinguish ourselves with the rest, you know, with the crowd. For the to make us different from the others. And I'm not sure if you are as a hotel, you are at any you are at the any position of in the hotel. But if you start with it in revenue management point of view, I think you will have the right strategy for your hotel, regardless of the competition in terms of price war. So, Bryce, I think you can unmute your, and we can, you know, exchange some information. We can discuss more a little bit.
And I just adding one point to your point, one, like I understand, like many people think like they will be fighting on the same pie, but you can increase the pie too. And while, you know, from the distribution point of view, by being visible in different channels, not only to your regional channels from your area, maybe the regional channels from different part of the world too. So that's my feedback too on this point.
Yeah, that's also a good point.
Yeah.
Great, thanks, Juan and Monish and Prezi. I hope that answers the question for you. If not, then please let us know, and we'll unmute you, and you can, you know, further discuss this. Meanwhile, I see a couple of other points coming in here. I think this is more of a comment than a question from B. Sridhar. Theo, would you like to unmute B. Sridhar for a minute here? I'll just read out what is written here. So I think EP rates are far more effective than CP rates, where hotels divert room service, avoiding restaurant need to think ancillary source of revenue. So this looks more like a statement, but if you could just maybe unmute him or her, and then they can just put their point across.
Already did?
Yep.
I hope you will able to hear my voice.
Yes, yes, we can hear you, Shooter.
And my statement is that now everyone is worrying about the COVID-19. If after the guest is reached to the hotel, also might be will affect to the other people also. So that's why my thinking is that to go on the EP rates as compared to the CP rates, where we will avoid the restaurant overcrowded in the breakfast or the lunch and the dinner time, and it will be create the more revenue parts, the ancillary revenue for the room service and other things.
Okay, so my understanding is that you're just wanting to state this fact, right? Do you have like a question for any of the speakers, or
Oh, he want to add in something for the question from
for the earlier
Presi.
question?
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
Yeah,
All right.
I like to be put this question to for Mr. Thao because he is good well versed in the online channels. So which rate is familiar right now about CP or the EP to be put as a more revenue generation for the hotel?
Sorry, I think I'm not really catch you on the line is not really clear. Can you repeat again?
Mr. Thao, I would like to know that one key, which rates is good presently scenario, EP rates or the CP rates to be generate more revenue?
Sorry, can you clarify about the EP and the CP?
Okay. My thing is that presently the scenario is that people are worrying about that when the affection of the COVID. So might be due to coronavirus, they will be effect. So I like to be, suppose I am a hotelier and I like to be that one, no one will be enter to my restaurant and they will directly order their food from the room service. So might be we will increase more revenue for the hotel as compared to the restaurant where we will provide complimentary breakfast.
All right, so you mean that because now the term, I just want to clarify the term to make sure correctly, the EP rates and the CP rates that you mentioned here, to make sure I understand it correctly. So just make it clear for me so I can answer you properly.
I think Tuan,
I like to know.
Tuan, what?
Sorry to interrupt you.
What Sridhar is trying to ask here is, the CP, which is a continental plan, and EP, which is a European plan. These are different rates, right? So,
in one this is for a restaurant, right? You're asking about a restaurant revenue, right?
Yes. So when you're staying at a hotel, generally in the CP rate, you have the room rent and the complimentary breakfast included, right? And the European plan is only the room rent and no meals. So what he's trying to ask here is whether, which rate would help them earn more revenue, given the current scenario, because the hotel might not want the guests to go into the restaurant because, of course, of the risk factors. So would it be better?
So you are right if you say that I think that obviously if you look at the total revenue management also, you will see that yes, try to distinguish. That's why in revenue management we try to distinguish ourselves with the rest by increasing our ancillary source of revenue instead just only room. So I think it's your question and your statement there quite obviously. So that's why I'm not really understand your point in terms of the question.
Yeah, the Sridhar, different terms are used in different regions. Basically, what you're using is more like Western terms that hotels use in the West. So that's the confusion. But of course, I mean, it is somewhere obvious that hoteliers would want to avoid any situation where people are in a crowd, whether it's a restaurant or in the gym or in the spa. So they would want to maintain social distancing protocols, at least for the next couple of months to maybe up to the end of the year, depending on how the scenario is. So I think that answers your question. We'll move on to the next one. I see another one here. Thank you, Tuan, for taking that from Sridhar. Thank you, Sridhar, for your question. Another one is from Joita Ghosh, and she wants to know what will be the future of direct reservation for hotels. So I think, Theo, that's one for you possibly. So if you want to
Yes.
take that.
So let's understand something. We are not competing with the best price. I think discounts in terms of, let's say, minimizing the price, decreasing the price, in fact, is not the future of direct bookings. So actually, direct reservation through a booking engine and through the website should actually show to the visitors that you're providing something more than a room or bed and breakfast, for example. So that's why in my presentation, I was talking about packages. So adding into your rate add values. Maybe you have free transfer, you have hotels nearby airports. Let's say I remember one in Sao Paulo in Brazil, which actually provides specific rate plans with free transfer included only for mobile devices, for example. So you need to start thinking of creating different rates. If you have an OTAs, as you see, let's say in booking.com, you are selling a room price, but through your website, you're not selling only room prices. You can apply to your rates, to your special deals, things that you think that differentiate your product and make clients book direct. So I think this is the most important thing at this point. Joyda, do you think that you have another question on this one? You could open your microphone if you wish. I think we are.
I'm not sure if, yeah. Maybe that answers the question for
Maybe
Joita.
in chat, but anyhow, I can, you can send me an email and I can send you some, let's say, things that we think that are good practice at this point for direct reservations. Okay.
Great, thanks there, Theo. Thanks so much. I think these are the questions that we have for now. Okay, just one new message coming in. Okay, so Ankit is saying they can opt, right? That's a good point, Ankit. I think, yeah, that works. So different measures basically with regards to the EP and CP that we were talking about. So there are quite a few in engagement there on the chat from different members. So yes, I think, to each his own. The hotels will have to work out a way and see how they can make the most, because they would want the restaurants to keep running and optimize on that revenue as well. So I think with this we'll end today's session here. If any of you have any questions for any of the speakers, please feel free to write to us, to any of them. We'll put the maybe we can just put the Teothwan and Monish, maybe if you can just put your email IDs on the chat so that people can take a note of it, and if they want to reach out separately to you guys, they can. So that would be helpful. And thanks everyone for being a lovely audience today, and thank you to all my esteemed panel of speakers. It was really very insightful. I'm sure it was helpful for all the attendees here today as well. And we hope to keep doing this more. We want to come back and do more sessions for you. So we'll keep you posted on the next session. Thank you again, and have a good rest of the day and the weekend ahead, of course. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for all the
Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks. Stay safe.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.